Welcome back, everyone. Jay Scott here again. So earlier in the week, I spent some time talking about the single biggest issue that new multifamily investors face. And hopefully I did a good job of convincing you that it really isn't that big of an issue at all. And it's actually really simple. And again, I'm talking about finding money for our deals. Now, we all feared it first, but those who take action quickly realize that not only is finding money for your deal something we shouldn't fear, it's actually really, really simple. Now, in my last video, I talked about how most of the money for our deals comes from banks. And banks in the commercial lending space, banks that lend to real estate investors, they're eager to lend. The rest of the money comes from these things known as passive investors. These are people who want to invest in real estate, they have the money to invest in real estate, but they don't have the time, the knowledge, or the interest in doing it themselves. Now, today I want to talk about how we find these passive investors because they really are the key to you being able to raise money for your deals. Now, before I do that, let me tell you something about myself that you probably don't know. I'm an introvert, and I'm not just a little bit of an introvert, but I'm a massive, massive introvert. I'm a former engineer, and honestly, I'd rather spend my days hiding behind a computer screen playing with spreadsheets. I can literally go all day without talking to another person, and I'd be more than happy to do that. Now, you might be thinking, this guy's recording a video that's being watched by lots of people. How could he possibly be an introvert? And I know I'm good at acting like I'm not. But the truth is, I'm sitting in an empty room, in an empty house, and I know that there's a whole suite of editing tools between me recording this and you watching it. So there's nothing to fear. And I don't know about you, but for me, there's a big difference between recording a video in an empty room and having to go out and pitch people and ask people for money. The thought of having to go up to strangers or even family and friends, pitch a deal, or ask someone to invest with me, honestly is terrifying, and you couldn't pay me enough to do it. You probably hear about other people talking about this thing called an elevator pitch, that 30-second speech you're supposed to memorize in order to tell everybody you meet about what you do in the hopes that they might decide, I want to invest with this guy. Well, just the thought of going up to a stranger in an elevator or at a party or anywhere else, giving a pre-rehearsed speech in hopes that they might want to invest with me, sorry, that makes me want to throw up. But luckily, slick talking marketing, slick talking sales, it's not the best way to find these people who are likely to invest with you. And I should know. Over the past 4 years, I've raised over $40 million for my multifamily deals, and I've never asked a single person to invest with me. And truth be told, you shouldn't either. The best multifamily investors, those who have raised millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, they don't rely on sales tactics or elevator pitches. They prefer to do it the easy way, just like me. And if being extroverted and salesy isn't the best way to attract investors to your deals, you're probably wondering, well, how do we do it? Well, the answer lies in this one really important mindset shift. When we're looking for the money for our deals, we feel like we're desperate for that money. We're in desperate need of somebody to give us money. We assume that someone would have to be doing us a favor to give us that money, right? Well, after talking to thousands of people who actually do invest their money in deals, what I've come to realize is they're equally as desperate as we are. They have money, they want to invest in something that's going to generate cash flow, strong profits, tax benefits, but they don't have any way of doing it themselves. They need to find someone who can help them achieve their investment goals. In many cases, they are literally desperate to find someone like you and me who can help them invest their money for a strong, safe return. We're the ones providing this service to them. So instead of thinking about raising money as a chore or as something you're required to do in order to fund your deal, you need to start thinking about raising capital as an opportunity to help other people who are looking for help. You're helping them to achieve their dreams by helping them grow their wealth. Maybe you're helping them generate cash flow in retirement, or maybe you're helping them to offset large tax bills by providing tax benefits. But when you realize that these people need your help even more than you need theirs, raising capital suddenly becomes a really simple task. In fact, with this one mindset shift, raising money not only becomes easy, but for me, it becomes rewarding and fulfilling. I'm helping others to achieve their goals. I can't tell you the number of times I've had investors thank me for the opportunity to invest with me. And even as an introvert, I'm happy to have that conversation. So now that you understand that you do have the ability to easily raise capital, what are the next steps? Where do you find these people who are in need of your help to invest their money? Well, I like to start with this, my cell phone. And I have a good friend, Matt Faircloth, who likes to say that we all have millions of dollars in this thing. And that's because there are likely many people you already know who need help growing your wealth. The people that are in your phone today, your friends, your family, your acquaintances, your doctor, your dentist, your lawyer, they want help to grow their wealth. They want help growing cash flow. They want help lowering their taxes. And not only are there lots of people out there who are looking for someone to help them invest their money, there are even more people out there who need this help, but they don't even realize it yet. Did you know that more than a quarter of all Americans have over $100,000 saved in their IRA or their 401k for retirement? And most of them are keeping this money in stocks without any diversification. Did you know that more than a third of people who own their homes don't have a mortgage? They literally own their homes free and clear and are generating essentially nothing on all that equity they have tied up in their house. Did you know that over 20% of Americans have over $50,000 sitting in cash in a bank or maybe under a mattress, and they're essentially earning nothing on their money? They're constantly hearing about how they should be investing more wisely, but they have no idea what that means, and they absolutely have no idea how to do it themselves. Long story short, there are more people out there who are looking for your help than you even realize. And when you start to recognize that you're benefiting them as much as, or even more than they're benefiting you, it starts to become pretty obvious how easy it is to raise money for your deals. Remember, this introvert has raised over $40 million for his deals without a single sales pitch, without a single elevator pitch, without ever asking anyone to invest even a single penny with me. Now, I'm guessing I know what you're wondering. If I don't pitch people, if I never ask anybody to invest with me, how do I get these people who have all this money to reach out to me? And when they do reach out to me, how do I let them know how I can help them? And how do I convince them that they can trust me with their money? Well, I'm going to cover that on Friday in a live training, and I hope to see you there. In the meantime, if you have any questions about what I talked about today, please join me Thursday for a live Q&A. Talk to you then.